We are live in the world of YouTubes and whiskey.
The whiskey world, the whiskey YouTube world.
Make sure I'm muted over here.
That's right.
This kicks in.
Doing good. So when that kicks in.
Yep.
All right. He's muted.
Bart and I just got done shooting a couple of reviews, and wanted to do a live. I pulled out 3 different Ben Nevises that I have just to kind of talk about and look at. We haven't reviewed any Ben Nevis. Ben Nevis is kind of a love it, hate it distillery.
Okay.
From what I hear.
Okay.
They pretty much smaller batch releases.
Like that.
Hard to find, hard to get. They do this is the McDonald's. This is a Ben Nevis release here, the McDonald's traditional, I believe it's called.
Gregor.
Yeah, celebrated traditional Ben Nevis. They do, from the distillery, they've got a couple of age stated. There's a 10-year cask strength that's real limited. I think they've had a 15-year in the past and maybe a 22 or a 23-year-old. The 10-year, or no, I had an independent bottling. I think it was Hoagie Bear had sent the Scotch for Dummies.
Great name.
And they were not wild about it. And I said, well, send it to me and let me try it.
Yeah.
And I tried it and loved it.
Yeah, Hoagie Bear. Don't
if
send anything
right.
to the 4 Dummies. Send it to the 2.
So, first part of this year, last fall, the McDonald's traditional Ben Nevis showed up here. I picked up a bottle of it. It's peated. I have a single cask nation 6-year-old Ben Nevis that's been aged in Amontillado casks, which is phenomenal. And recently from the SMWS Fagil bottlings, an 11-year-old Ben Nevis from I believe it's just ex-bourbon hogsheads or ex-bourbon casks, and then hogsheads, 64.4% ABV.
All nice. Scotch
now.
Sourced. So Claire the Third, no, we have not. We have not had the scorch yet. Ryan Parker, they don't sell that at my McDonald's. That's true, but you can get a quarter pound of there.
I see Mash and Drum. Jason, I just got an email from you. This Wednesday night? Let me check real quick. We'll just give you a little push right now.
Ooh.
Yep, this Wednesday night on 6/16 at 9 p.m. Eastern on the Mash and Drums channel. He's got special guest Greg Schwartz. Coming in from the director of the Water of Life film.
Yes.
And Erica Beendorf, ambassador. So I was trying to think of the word.
You're good, ambassador.
Westland and Brooke Lottie.
Perfect.
So.
Perfect. Which one of these should we pour first? Probably the non-peated one last, or the peated one last.
Well, it's lower ABV. I would probably, if you want, just start with a little pour. Let's look at the McDonald's traditional Ben Nevis.
I like how he says, I don't do McDonald's. So who else is in here? Gregor was in early saying hello. And Christine Daisy was in, said hello, guys.
Anuj Manuja is tuning in. Pete Head, Ben Demon Hunter, Big Dog.
Crap. I had some water in there, I think.
Oh.
Damn it.
Just get a
Let
new
me get
glass.
a new glass, yeah.
What'd you do that for?
I didn't see the water in there.
You got to drink it.
Let me see what this did. This is going to be terrible.
With about a half ounce, maybe. Just a little splash.
Oh, my God. Horrible.
Ben Nevis has a little funk to it, I say. Almost, I think blind, I may confuse with a Campbelltown whiskey. I believe it's Highland. I'm not even sure. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. Anybody that's watching, I could look that up real quick, but I'm not going to.
We don't do the research.
So you have to.
Woo! You like that.
And I think that's why Ben Nevis is really kind of a divisive or love it or hate it distillery, is it can get a little bit of funk. And
this is interesting.
My muted still.
All right.
Hashtag trust Bart. I'm still muted.
And I was doing tons of yard work yesterday, and my sinuses are a little bit allergy affected today. Although my right nostril's good, I actually get a little bit more of my nasal sensing from the left one. So go figure. Your nostrils, as much as you don't want to hear this, can smell different. So.
Yeah, nice
Claire
vanilla.
the Third will like that.
I got a nice vanilla in there with the peat on the McDonald's traditional Ben Nevis. Now I was looking at the ABV. I wanted to say 46%. Yep, 46% ABV. And not all of the Ben Nevises are peated.
Barley kick. I don't get any funk here.
This is, well, I don't on this one.
Oh, okay.
Necessarily. This is a recreation of the like an original Ben Nevis done years ago.
Got it.
Where we've recreated, the style of
recreated. Love it. It's like a Beatles cover band.
But this was, if I could find the 10-year-old cask strength here, I would definitely buy it. We've never saw it. You can get it online. Unfortunately, I about bought one. It was $160. Used to be like $70, but it's just become so rare. And I was going to pull the trigger and order it, but tariffs added to it was another $130, made it like a $300 for a 10-year-old bottle. I was like, even though I like it. No, didn't work.
Tariffs. I don't like that tariff guy.
Gregor, I would say Dickman. Scott, how is the smell? Well, I would assume the J is. What are you laughing? Why are you laughing at his name?
I don't think it's Dickman.
It's not. How do you pronounce it?
The Dickman.
Could be.
Now he's like, you become the focus, Gregor. You're the focus.
Scott, how's the smell? It's about 20-30% maybe at times on a good day.
No, I've seen you hit like 55s on good days where I feel like you're right there. I feel like it's back. But it's weird how it's crawling back.
What did I just see? Donner Pass Whiskey. Hi, guys. Love Ben Nevis anything. Yep.
There you go. What's Dykeman. Weird is the one at Dykeman.
He says, Gregor says, Dykeman.
And
he's laughing.
Yeah. It's like the little Dutch boy with his finger in the Dykeman.
Well, there's old Scott Slattery tuning in. Hi, Scott. How are you? Haven't seen you for a while.
Slattery.
Lokeness is tuning in. Jimmy Jazz.
Love the Lokeness. Keep going.
I'm still a little muted on the palate, though. What do you think of the Ben Nevis tradition?
Claire
McDonald's
the third,
traditional?
huge Dykeman. He said Dickman. Now I'm pronouncing it right, though. Actually, it was even good in the water. It gave me a lot of vanillas.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of vanillas and I haven't in the past.
I drowned it in water because I forgot I had a little water in there to cleanse the glass. But all it was a big vanilla explosion. Spirit
Bomb points out that Nika from the barrel, which I have over here, contains some Ben Nevis. He wanted to try some Ben Nevis single malt once he found that fact out.
Really?
Yep.
Nice.
So this is an official bottling from Ben Nevis, the McDonald's traditional, and then these two are independent bottles. The Single Cask Nation and the SMWS bottle.
Just so viewers know, Dykeman is saying, ha, 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 brilliant guy. So he's with us. He's with us. We love Gregor.
And Pete Head says that's the reason he uses a nickname.
True. Yeah. Pete Head's a good nickname, by the way.
Yep.
Like it.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks for tuning in.
Mm-hmm. Now, before we go further, we are live and we're on the set that has the physical cowbell. So not to plug it, nor do you have to, but somewhere around there's a cowbell. If you end up doing
we'll just wait. Get ready.
Wait. All right. Heck, I don't even remember what they're called. Forgot what they're called. Super chat. Super chat.
Let's get you another glass.
It's been a long time.
Set that one to the side.
I'm going to sip slow because we've already filmed 3 shows. So 3 shows are in the can.
Now, we don't have to do you want to try all 3 or do you want to try one of these two?
I want to try all 3 just because I'm here.
Okay.
But I'll go with small amounts.
I think these are both pretty close. The Single Cask Nation, 67%. Let's go to because this one is Amontillado finished.
Right.
The SMWS is not. Let's move to the SMWS bottling.
Right.
Let's Ben Nevis.
ABV on that.
Just a second.
Sorry. Asking you while you're pouring. Logan says, hey. Oh, that's Donner Pass. If you want an amazing Japanese whiskey, get a Indy CS bottle of Ben Nevis. Cast strength bottle. Indy. Nice. All right. Tahat, says Claire. Claire the third says
Tahat. 64.4%. This is one of the phase, one of the celebration bottles from this year, just a few weeks ago from the SMWS. Hats off to Mr. Ross. It's 78.42 bottling. So Distillery 78, which is Ben Nevis, and this is the 42nd bottle.
Ooh.
64.4%, 11 years old. Ex Hogshead is all I have on it. Now, this one does have a little Ben Nevis funk. I just had a little pour of this last night.
Huh. I'm still getting vanilla, but it's like vanilla candy.
Even by the color on this, and that's a small pour, but you can see it's very light for an 11-year-old. Definitely no wine cask influence or no darker wine influence on it.
Huh. I just cleared out the nasal passages there. So I'm going off camera. I'm just getting vanilla. It's really, I don't get as much of a rich nose.
Wow. Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Wow. I did not expect that on the flavor. The nose was kind of muted. I thought maybe it was my nasal passages, the explosion. Holy moly.
I think this is This is a single malt, purely ex-bourbon cask.
Holy moly, is that an explosive flavor party?
Yeah.
There's vanilla. I got these little dusty, what is that? It's like a vanilla burst. And then it's some kind of dusty juice. I can't quite, wow. I was not prepared for that. And I thought it was going to come in a little muted, and it was explosive. What do they got here? They got like ice cream or something on the front in celebration.
Maybe,
what is that?
Yeah, it might be. Or is it a
cherry
grapefruit? Maybe sealed.
Oh, cherry ice.
Lokna says he had a Ben Nevis 17-year-old in an advent calendar that a good friend put together. It was a fantastic dram.
That is something. On the nose here is very soft and muted.
John K says, "Holy STD live on Monday again." Nice.
Yeah, we like these impromptus. I love coming in on a Monday after we've been sitting together.
Cameron Lokner says, "How do, dummies?"
We do good. On our day job, too, we just found out that in 2 weeks, we're going to be working in the same locale again. That does
we'll be overlapping mostly.
Same days off, almost. I mean, the only time I won't. Well, I start at 8:30 in the morning. You start at 6:30.
Oh, are you going in that early?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. So I'm 10-8 from my driveway.
Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
Yep. So we're going to be having good times. Get ready for more stories.
Gregor Dykman says Ben Nevis has a very classic taste, in my opinion. I agree.
I'm still stunned by this. It's like a dry wood barn, and it doesn't tell you that as soon as you sip it, that fireworks are going to go off. And then I took too big a sip, and it was like unbelievably explosive.
You put a drop of water in?
I have not. Let me go ahead and do that.
All Definitely helps.
That's one of those SMWS things that happens, that the nose, I thought I was going to be searching for flavors because the nose, and then I sipped it, was just like overpowered, overtaken.
Claire, in a way, I will be Bart's boss once again.
Yeah, technically he's in charge of me.
Yeah. Well,
sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Although I'm hard to take charge of.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am. Resistant.
The thing is, with the higher ABVs, you get up into 65, 66% ABV. To me, there's a lot of flavor in there, but it's really compacted. It's really compressed, all that flavor. When you add water and you bring that down from those higher ABVs, it helps release a lot of those, and they're just not as there's not so much flavor just trying to pack into a little space.
Yeah. Touch of water's good. Tamed it a little bit. Makes it a little bit more where I can start to suss out what's going on here. I get a fruity, vanilla yet strawberry fruit cream.
John K is asking, got here, what are we tasting right now? This is the SMWS Ben Nevis from their phage bottlings this year, 78.42 from Ben Nevis. 3 Ben Nevis is here. So an independent bottle. This was an 11-year-old. We've looked at the traditional McDonald's Ben Nevis at 46%, lightly peated. And we're saving for last the single cask nation Ben Nevis, which was a 6-year-old aged in the Amontillado cask, which
I just got a hint of the funk. It's not a strong funk, but it's a hint of this. It's almost like a hint of sour, and then it's gone.
It's a hint of character.
Yeah, it's not bad at all, but a little hint of funk right in the mid palate, and then it disappeared and went back to vanilla. Wow. What?
Claire says, make Bart shave his beard, Scott. I will do
That's
that.
getting ready to happen. I'm starting to get tired of it.
Actually,
I might try a goat.
he's within policy right now, but for a while he wasn't, because it can ½ inch is the length.
Yeah.
And
he got on me.
It was like sticking out all over the place. He looked like a bear.
Yeah, he literally was like, "You're looking a little unkempt." And we're off duty. I'm like, "Whoa, hey." He's like, "You need to clean that up." He's like, "You need to clean that up. Clean it up." Then I got self-conscious. What's weird is this stripe. Look how I got this stripe coming down the middle. Tell me that isn't weird. Weird.
Well, and John K says, nuts, nothing we can get in Montana. Now, here's the point of this, though, and even in the States and in Europe, official Ben Nevis bottlings are hard to come by. You have to look for independent bottles.
Yes, you could get this in Montana. Well, I think, I don't know. Does SMWS ship to Montana? I think they do.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Look into SMWS. For independent bottling, they are far and above the United States independent bottler.
Gordon and MacPhail, though, Signatory.
Well, even the single cask nation is something. Again, I don't know the shipping. The shipping laws are usually the key, or whatever your third party, the whatever your alcohol rules are for your state would be the determining factor. So we can't answer that based on your state.
Yeah.
But both of these you could get in the States way more easily than overseas.
I'll tell you, if I'm in a liquor store out of town, out of state, and I see an independent bottle of a Ben Nevis, I'm probably buying it.
Sure.
Just because I really like this distillery. I can't get enough of it. And there's just not that much of it around.
Got it.
So
it's a unique animal.
Yeah.
It's like a jackalope. Got to be from the Midwest to know what a jackalope is. Huh.
Let's see.
I'm trying some of the McDonald. That's interesting. Because now I get a little bit more of like a heavy barley character off of the McDonald. But you're right, that underlayment of that, there's a slight funk that I can recognize from both of them now together. That's interesting. Makes me want to stay over here and sip on your bottle some more.
I see Christopher Malloy is tuning in. He says, hello, gentlemen. Gregor Dykeman says, I have the same with Glen Ord, Scott. Meaning when he sees it, he buys it.
Love it.
Louis Sanchez points out they don't ship to San Diego, California. The SMWS does not. That would be surprising.
Crazy. Yeah.
They have a rep in, maybe they don't ship there, but you could, well, I don't know. What would be your sort? Jenna with SMWS is in California.
I would think that they would, but maybe they don't. I don't know. It'd be worth a call. As far as we started to come across independent bottlers via Aqua Vitae, and in Great Britain, there are a lot of independent bottlers. These little folks that are just sourcing a cask and then bottling it on their own. And he was the first one. Roy was the first one to show me a lot of these cool, unique bottles that you could only get in Great Britain. And so as we were, we got to go to the SMWS. What do they call their main clubhouse? I don't know. It's got a name. I can't remember it.
The archives,
something like that. I love it. Hold on,
they're in Edinburgh.
Yes, they're in Edinburgh. I can't remember the. We sound terrible.
It's a little restaurant.
Somebody's got it. Oh, the restaurant was phenomenal. Yeah. The vaults.
Vaults. That's
The
it.
vaults. Yeah, it was escaping me. When you said archives, I'm like, yeah, do it.
Now we'll move on to a single cask nation Ben Nevis, 6-year-old,
Woo!
aged in Amontillado casks.
My glass
67,
is ready. And
Six- 67.6% ABV.
I did say glass. That's all I was going to say. It was a slight joke. It was a little bit of a joke. And I said glass is ready. My glass is ready.
And I said Amontillado casks. I'm sorry. It's
Ooh.
Amontillado butts.
Oh, no wonder I said my glass is ready.
But you can see that in the color of this one. I guess we didn't really show the
Dykeman says, have any of you ever tasted the blended at birth from Ben Nevis? Long ago, they made a single grain as well as blended that makes and then matured it. They are not allowed to anymore. Interesting. All right, so butts are involved here. Ooh, wow, that's a great nose.
Christopher Malloy says, I never ever see Ben Nevis. No, I don't either. So, I mean, I haven't seen it around here. These are all, well, no, McDonald's traditional. This is an official Ben Nevis bottling. This did show up here. This is a bigger release from them. That was bought in store. Both of these independent bottlers, of course, bought online. So
Right.
Ben Nevis is one of those distilleries, like I was saying, if I'm in a store, if we're in Dallas and I'm in Total and I see an independent bottler of Ben Nevis, I'm probably buying it.
Got it.
It's one of those distilleries to me that I want to try more of.
This has got a very interesting nose. Ooh. Yeah, I get like a strong, it's weird. This makes no sense. I want to say fruit basket. Kind of like when you get you get this fruit basket and just all these different fruity flavor scents are coming at you.
I think that's the Amontillado. And I'm getting a definite almost char or even peat, maybe even on just on the nose.
Okay.
But I think that's the Amontillado is creating some strange scents for my nose.
Wow.
It's tart.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And vanilla. Tart, sweet vanilla.
Ben Nevis
That is
character.
Something. That is something. Ben Nevis.
And
character.
I hate to say Ben Nevis character because I probably wouldn't be able to pick it out blind. It's a
single cask nation is beautiful. Again, a bursting explosive flavor on the forefront. A little bit of funk in the finish. Huh. So I'm going to have to come back to the forefront. It's like a funky wine finish on the at the end. Ooh, all kinds of sourness still lingering. That's something. The linger is still there. A sour touch.
Yeah.
That's
funk.
Yeah, sour funk touch that lingers. Huh. That's interesting.
It's its own character. I'm trying to think of some word to use to describe it. It's just.
It feels to me like you brought the lid of the butt into this room, and it's been sitting here for a while, but it was still moist, and I can smell it when I come into the room because I get oak. I get like a wine almost sourness,
maybe a little sulfur.
Yeah, there's definitely a sulfur. That's this part of the sulfur funk that's in there.
Yep, that's it on this one.
That is very interesting.
Horrible Monkey says, funny story. Yesterday I drove past a whiskey distillery right outside my hometown. Never knew it was there. Apparently it's only a few years old. Ever heard of Dollar Upper whiskey? No. Where are you at, Horrible Monkey?
Where are we at?
Jesse Voisin tuning in. Hello, Dummies. Late to the party. Hope the palate is having a good day. Decent. Average. I don't think it's outstanding yet today.
You're doing good, though, because you're right. That sulfur is what's in that. Is what's lingering in the finish.
Mr. CJL. I like him.
Oh,
he says, Bart smells moist butt.
You would not be
You would-
wrong, sir. You would not be wrong.
Horrible Monkey is in northern Germany, right south of the Danish border.
Ooh, that's where some of my people are from. The Bruncheens. There's still a few Bruncheens in Berlin, even. I know that's a different locale. So
Yes, this both this SMWS bottling and this single cask nation of Ben Nevis are outstanding. So
this is definitely has the most sulfur funk, though.
I think it's the richest palate. It's the, I mean,
would
the
agree.
SMWS is, you can tell, I think it's purely ex-bourbon cask. It's getting those vanillas, you know, it's getting
Yes.
those caramels,
Yes.
the sweet. This one, that Amontillado cask, is really come in there. Moved in, took over. Jesse
Pitched a tent.
Voisin had a little bit of that SMWS last week.
Really? Boy, that SMWS is still good. That is a beautiful. You said that was bourbon cask finish?
Yeah, well, I think it says ex-bourbon hogsheads.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Hats off to Mr. Ross. Wow. And right,
Which is Distillery 78. If you remember the SMWS and you see a 78 bottling, snatch one up.
Woo.
That's one I look for.
I'm on that single cask nation. What's the proof?
Whiskey with 2 jerks.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah,
I'm working.
67.6.
Yeah.
That's got to be the highest proof here, right?
Barely. I think that one's 66.
Wow, is that good?
64
64.4
on the SMWS.
Holy moly. That is quite a menagerie that you have presented.
One glass man I see is tuning in. Nice to see you, Werner. Nothing better than catching alive on a Monday. Cheers, guys. Jesse Voisin says the wifey chose that bottle to open because of the label. Talking about the SMWS.
Yeah, they do good stuff.
Well, their phage bottlings, their celebration bottlings each year, they're doing those little pictures on.
Lovely.
Their standard SMWS doesn't have those. But
No, lovely pictures.
Pete Head says that Distillery 78 is on his search list as well. Yep. I really like, and like I say, some people, I was introduced to Ben Nevis because the Scotch for Dummies, this was a couple years ago, had a sample sent to him, and I believe it was Hoagie Bear that had sent it to him, but they didn't care for it.
Hated it.
And I was like, well, send it to me. Let me try it. I'd never had Ben
For
Nevis.
Dummies.
And it was an independent bottling, and I'd have to go back to try to find that video to find out which one it was for sure. But man, I got it, and I was like, whoa, this is some good stuff.
Right.
It was a sherry finished one. I was like, man, there's a hint of sherry on this. There was so much distillery character to it. So when I see, and I'd had my eye out for Ben Nevis for a while, and this was the first one. This is an official Ben Nevis bottling, the McDonald's traditional, 46% ABV.
Yeah.
You know, it's around a $40 to $50, $45, $50 bottle, maybe
Great
something
price.
like that if you see it.
And you got that in store.
Here, yeah.
Right.
Yep. But the single cask nation and of course the SMWS both online. Jay Halley is tuning in. The Beatles of Booze.
The Beatles, baby. The Beatles.
Getting a call from someone I don't recognize, probably because my car warranty is up.
That's right. You need to renew your warranty on your truck. You don't even have a truck.
What single cask nation is
I know.
jumping out
It's
of the
hard
glass.
not to come back to. It's funny. Once I hit the McDonald's, I'm kind of like, wow, but this is explosive. This is even more character. How much was the single cask nation? Do you remember?
Like 90, I think.
All right. They're doing great stuff.
85, maybe 90, 95, somewhere in there. It was, I'm pretty sure it was less than 100.
A little bit of that.
And the single cask nation, they do special releases, but they also, you can go to their website.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a member. $10 shipping
Unbelievable shipping.
coming right to you.
Yeah. And it's $10 whether you get one bottle, 5. I've added extra bottles in just because, hey, it's free shipping basically. So
Jesse Voisin says his whiskey club started doing 1 bourbon, 1 scotch, 1 beer as his theme, or is doing it next week. He had to go back to our old video to see how the Dummies did it back in the day.
That was your idea.
So right now, 1 bourbon. What are you drinking?
Bottle of Wow is what I have sitting on my short line there.
Yeah, that's always on there. What have I got?
I've got a Redemption Rye sitting next
Yeah.
to it, a 10-year-old Redemption Rye.
That Four Roses small batch select that was 50. I think it's 50% ABV. It's sitting over there. I've gone to that a couple times lately. I'd call that one bourbon, one Scotch. What are you drinking?
Well, that Lefroy Cask strength, that Sherry Oak.
Ooh,
I've been hitting that a few times. That's nice. We just had a review come out of that. That's good. What about you?
Well, I'd say Macallan 12, and I've actually had a couple of those lately. That's kind of my go-to.
What's your go-to?
But that was probably the Scotch I called out in the video. So I was trying to think.
Okay.
If there's another go-to, it's a Bunnahabhain, probably Bunnahabhain 12 or 18. And one beer. I just bought some sour ales again yesterday, and I think that's what I had when we did this show. I think I was talking some sour ales.
You turned me on to some beers. I'm not usually drinking what? Oh, hey. What?
There it is.
Whoa.
Wait, is it this one?
Oh, my God.
No.
You got a fart gun? That's terrible.
That's not it. That's not it. That's not what I'm looking for.
That's terrible. 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 Terrible, as Terry Bradshaw would say. You can't even find it now. Hey! Old school cowbell, baby. You super chat, Dennis Peterson. Oh, that's wrong. There we go. Uh-oh, we got another one coming in. Oh, no, the same one, different color. Came in different color. Hi from Reykjavik.
Nice. Gregor is asking, do we ship merch to the Netherlands? We were doing international shipping, and then the UK introduced a tariff, 20 or 25% tariff on goods from the US, which I went in. I was like, well, we'll have to raise our prices to match that. So I was going to do that, but you had to go register for a tax ID number with the UK on top of that. I could not figure out how to do that. So we had to shut off international shipping right now, because we can't differentiate, the UK from other international destinations.
You need to know this. This is a public safety announcement. Horrible Monkey says, and just at the moment my roomie came in, he heard the fart gun and walked out again, shaking his head. Immediately saying, what in the hell are you watching, Monkey? What are you watching?
All right, we're at the 32-minute mark, so I think we better wrap it up. Our goal was 30 minutes. We got to keep these shorter.
Right.
Are there new coins coming down the pike? We still have a few of the say goodbye to 2020s. We'll be working on Cask 6 design at some point.
We were talking about putting the Spartan helmet on the futuristic droid or the droid dummy, the futuristic android dummy. I still think that would be cool.
That's too crowded.
I don't know.
I think
it could be done.
It's too. You can't tell what it is. You're like, what is that? It's like a bunch of lines.
I think it could be neat. So we'll see. I do like that. Reykjavik, and he says, I think is it Skull? Is that their like cheers?
Skull. I think it's Skull.
I don't know.
Is it Skull or Skull?
I don't know.
I think it's pronounced like an O.
Yeah.
Skull.
Sounds great.
Let's wrap it up. Ooh, wow. Single Cask Nation.
It's good.
Ben Nevis.
You got to try some Ben Nevis. Scotch It. I'm looking at the mic for some reason. You Scotch gods.
Cilantro. Dummies. Thanks everybody tuned in.
Yep. Thank you. Got to hear the fart gun. Hello. Little fart gun action. Cheers. Stay safe.